All right, everyone. We're just simply demonstrating how the adjustable range handle is going to be drawn, and I just want to show you the sketch, initial sketch, and dimensions of it. And there are some critical dimensions that, for example, the handle, the thickness of the handle, the height of the handle. All right, is is 0.8 inches, and the corner is round with a radius of 0.39, or zero, you can round it to 0.4 if you like. And the total length of the entire adjustable wrench is 4.5 inches. These are critical dimensions to pay attention to. I have a few other things I just wanted to demonstrate. For example, the angle of the upper jaw, top jaw. Is 17 degrees, and this dimension was missing in the handle, in the handout, in the document that I gave you. And there is also a chamfer at the corner. The chamfer has 0.125 or 1/8 of an inch. Okay, chamfer. This angle is over here between the bottom jaw and the handle is 160 degrees. Okay. These are some critical dimensions. Few other important dimensions: 0.28 inches here. Okay, and 0.55 inches wide. There's a hole, the window through the handle. Okay, this is 0.55 inches, and the total length of the hole is 0.43. I don't have that dimension, but I'm going to put it now. Okay, and I'm going to just simply put a line dimension. Okay, 0.43, and the corners are rounded with the fillet. Okay, but this is not very important. I think these are 1/8 of an inch. Okay. So 0.43. So I'm just going to erase this one because this dimension already exists, and I don't want to repeat the dimensions. This is one of the things about the mechanical engineering. You don't want to repeat existing dimensions. Okay. So this is basic, and I made it short. Instead of Fairfax Lions, I'm just simply typing Lions with the capital initial letter and the last letter. Okay. What else? What else is important here? Our radius is 0.79. This has to be 0.79 or 0.8 inches. It's important. Okay. And what else? What else? What else? Yeah, this angle happens to be 17 degrees and 160 degrees. I think this is pretty much it. And at this point, when you come to this point, it's a good idea to extrude it. Okay. But also, probably you need to know how much this distance from here to here, and the top jaw, and that's a good idea. Let me dimension this one. Right mouse button on it, and then go with the line dimensioning. Okay. Somewhat like this, 0.623. Okay. All right. So those dimensions should be good enough for you to come up with your own. If you feel like there's not enough dimension or something else you need to know, you could definitely generate your own dimensions. I like to give you only the absolutely necessary dimensions. So that's the whole point why I'm explaining this to you. Some of the dimensions are vital for the operation of the adjustable range. Some dimensions are totally not necessary. Okay, I mean, you can just definitely, depends on the interpretation. So once you do that, you finish the sketch and you extrude it. how much? 0.39 inches or 0.4 is, you can round it to, and this is pretty much what you're going to get at the end. Now we need a hole, true hole, okay, so that the lower jaw is going to slide in. Okay, it's very important to have the so then in order to draw the sketch of the hole has to be subtracted. To subtract something, you have to create it since 3D solid model. To create a 3D solid model, you need to draw at least a sketch of the cross section. To draw this cross section, I'm selecting a plane here. Okay, click, and then click sketch. All right. So now I can design, okay, the cross section. Okay, the cross section, I'm going to start with designing a rectangle which is 0.55 by 0.16. Okay, so I will design a rectangle from here, perhaps to here, and that total length is going to be 0.55. Press the tab key and 0.16, 0.16, enter key. Okay, this is the rectangle. All right, because you can see it, it has to be outside, and escape key. I'm going to just simply change the angle to see if I can. Okay, right over here. I can see it at the angle I created. And I'm going to change the angle so that you can see better. It may have to be pushed in. All the way from where it is. So I'm going to dimension that from this line and I need to draw a line. Okay, and I need to dimension. And that has to be how much? I'm expecting that to be 0.55. Okay. All right, that was critical because the end of it is supposed to pass through that area. Okay, so here's what we're doing is there's a minor mistake over here. This 0.55, I'm going to have to reduce this to 0.2 inches, okay? And so I'm going, it has to be 0.2 inches, okay? 0.2. The reason it has to be 0.2 inches because this is supposed to be moving up and down, and that when it's moving, the only part that's supposed to be exposed is the thumb wheel. There's a thumb wheel that's rotating inside of this. Okay, so that's why it's important you have that dimension. You have even less than that, 0.1 inches. Okay. Okay. All right. So the next thing to do is you're going to just complete the shape, and we need a head the diameter of 0.2 inches. Okay. 0.1 inches. So you're going to have to design a circle here. Okay, so I'm going to continue using the trim command. Okay, and I made the entire solid model invisible from the view. I went to the view and I selected a visual style. I selected the wireframe mode so that your view is not obstructed. And I'm going to use now, I'll go back to Sketch, double click Sketch in the browser. Okay, and I'm going to continue trimming off some of the features, okay, such as this is the head part, that's important. Okay, that we draw these. Okay, and this is the part that's going to be extruded at the end. And I think we have pretty much everything in our hands, so we need the extrusion to subtract this item. Extrusions are important, and we're going to extrude this part, okay, probably two-way extrusion, and I'm looking at the total dimensions here right now on the sketch, and 1.6. Yeah, let's go try 1.6. Because it's an extrusion and subtraction process, it doesn't. It should not matter, but that particular design matters a lot because we're going to use it again for another. So I'm going to copy it and I'm going to use it for the other parts. Anyway, to do that, I'm going to select this design. I'm going to go Control C it so that I can paste it somewhere else. And so I'm finishing the sketch right now, and I'm going to use extrude command. And two-way extrusion. Select the item and extrusion 1 point. Let's go on 9. No, that's not going to be enough. Let's make it a little bit more even. All right, that should be enough extrusion, but this is going to be subtraction. And subtraction is made. Cool, and okay. All right, so we have the true extrusion. Okay, and we can probably turn on material and go to view and visual styles and have a realistic view. Okay, and this is pretty much what we have right now. Okay, and now I'm going to start with the part that's going to fit in there. All right, thank you very much for this video, and the next video, the third video, is going to have the part, that bottom jaw and the thumb wheel in the middle, and perhaps the center axle. Thank you very much.